All right. Welcome, everyone, to our LinkedIn Live, where we're going to talk a little bit about how our three ProServ firms are using AI as part of everything that we do. I'm here with my very successful friends and colleagues and founders, Alex Nordlinger from Materialize Labs and Dalil Allison from Rooks DM. Thank you both for joining me.
Yeah, thanks so
Thank
much
you.
for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Sweet. Awesome. So if you work in professional services right now, it's impossible to get through a whole meeting or even like a couple of minutes without hearing or saying anything about AI. There's so much potential about what AI can do to improve the quality of work and save time and money and, make the quality of our client experiences better. But, depending on the study that you look at or the story that you read, millions and billions of dollars are being wasted on AI projects that add like literally zero value or are actually like hurting the business. I don't know if y'all saw that McKinsey study. Anyway, NPS is down. Long story short, we're here to talk about how you can take bite-sized chunks in AI and add value within your ProServ organization. So Dalil and I and Alex are going to share some ways that we're adopting AI to eliminate some of the boring tasks, save money in our organization, save time, and improve the quality of the services we're providing. But before we jump into that, let's do some quick introductions. I'll go first. My name's Alex Tuck, and I run Tuck Consulting Group, which is a project management consulting firm. We focus on furthering organizations' missions through expert project management. We work with small and medium-sized businesses and nonprofits, and we have a specialization in healthcare and ProServ and digital product. So, Alex Nordlinger, do you want to go next?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, thanks for having us, Tuck. So I'm Alex Nordlinger. I'm the founder and CEO of Materialize Labs. We're a product development company based here in Los Angeles, but we're a distributed team, about 18 people now. So we specialize in building digital products. So that's mobile apps, web apps, and over the last couple of years, really focusing on building AI-driven solutions. So we do everything under the sun in order to build a product. Engineering, obviously, product management, UI, UX design, you name it. We focus working on with companies like in financial sector, real estate, a lot of healthcare, and we work with startups to enterprise.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, thanks for being here, Alex.
Yeah.
Dalil, tell us a little bit about Rooks DM and the work you guys do.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you again for having us, Tuck. My name is Dalil Allison, CEO, co-founder. We help businesses be able to run more efficiently. All of the work that we do is focused on the AI and automation side of the house. So how do you onboard a client as efficiently as possible? We help alleviate or eliminate the need to copy and paste data between systems. So we'll create workflow automations to handle that. We are Microsoft partners, so all of the work that we do is either built on or integrated with some Microsoft application. Our bread and butter is 365 and Power Platform, so we do everything from custom apps to the Power Automate side of things, building out those workflow automations. Big one now, which is what we're going to talk about today, is Copilot. So we also help teams and organizations think through how to leverage AI, figuring out where the best ROI will be from an AI perspective. And then natively, like out of the box, Microsoft's Copilot, how do you leverage that across your firm to just have your team members run more efficiently? So I can share some stories a little bit later in our conversation about that.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thanks,
nice.
Dalil. Thanks for coming. Yeah. All right. Let's get started. What's the coolest way you're using AI in your company right now? Dalil, why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, I'll give you, so I guess in my role, I'm more on like the account management partnership side of things. And whenever, I guess the lowest hanging fruit of how I've been leveraging AI is for custom proposal writing. So some of the content that I put on proposals are pretty boilerplate to a certain degree. So if we're building a Power App or a custom app, for example, some of it is rinse and repeat, but obviously there's requirements that we've gathered up front from the client that is very specific to what it is that we're building for them. So what I'll end up doing is leveraging, like I just did this morning, actually, I had a few different calls with a client to gather the initial requirements. Then I had an internal call with my delivery lead to kind of flush out the requirements. I took all of those calls. I did it in Copilot because it has access to all of the transcripts. So I essentially went into Copilot and asked it to give me a summary of the requirements from those 3 calls and put it in a version that I wanted it to be in, and it did exactly that. So that's kind of like a low hanging fruit item that I use on the AI side that has helped me save a tremendous amount of time.
Love that. Love that. Yeah, I do the same, Dalil. And we have all of our stuff integrated too. So we have HubSpot and PandaDoc integrated. So I'll just plop the transcript in, tell it to give me my technical description for my SOW, copy paste, and then send it. It's like a 2-minute project. So
Yeah.
love that. Love that. How about you, Alex? Anything cool you're doing in your company?
There's honestly
Much.
so much. It's so hard to just choose one. I'm a super nerd. Like, I'm an engineer by trade, a software developer. I don't do a lot of engineering these days because I'm running the company and more on the admin side of things, and similar to Dalil, account management, all that stuff. But it's really transformed our organization, and I started tinkering with it like back in the GPT-3 days. Just it wasn't where it is today, but you could still have fun with it and see what the vision was and what it's turning out to be. I'd say like the biggest impact for me, I know a lot of our staff are using it throughout their role and everything that they already do. But being an engineer, I'm using like the prototyping tools a lot. So the code generation tools and the AI coding assistants. So I've been able just to build prototypes insanely quickly, very rapidly. Where in the past I would take days or even weeks to put together a platform or an application that I wanted to build. So what that's done is it's allowed me to transform my sales process from hearing what a prospect might want, what the project will be, and just putting together a proposal outlining how we're going to approach that and build it, to I'll have a sales call, talk to a prospect, and using an AI tool to help like record these meetings, which we get approval for, prior to the meeting beginning, because security is a big concern. I will take that and work with an AI assistant and code assistant and actually build a proof of concept from that meeting. And what I gathered is for the next meeting, I actually have something that I can show, and show that I listened and thought about what this application might look like. So it's had a huge impact on our win rate alone. And I love doing it. Like, I have a lot of fun. I started this company because I love building products, and I wanted to build more than one at a time with multiple customers. So that's what I get to do. I get to do more of what I love, like, and I'm passionate about, and it has a huge impact on our win rate.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that one. And it's not fair to only make you pick one. You both pick one. I'll pitch this one for Alex Nordlinger, because I just stole it from Alex. I was like, Alex, give me your prompts. Tell me what you do. But your case study prompts and the way you approach that is so awesome. And so basically, like, they interview someone, get this transcript. It spits out like all the work that they did in a format that's ready to go straight onto the website. We did that. We built ours in ChatGPT. We have a GPT that specifically for that. But then we're doing an extra step. Like, why don't we just do it straight in ClickUp? Because we have ClickUp and all the AI and stuff there. So now we just we do the transcript, drop the transcript in, and then it does all the work right in ClickUp so that it's ready to roll, and it gets dropped right on the website by our marketing team. So unbelievable.
It's those little things like that busy work. If you have a format for a case study as our case study, like if you have a prescribed format, a template that you're already using, that's what AI is really good at doing, following instructions. And then if you fine tune your prompts well enough, and the models are getting so powerful that they're really understanding what your intention is just by single prompts. But you can just generate this type of content that's well written, and it does require some oversight from a human. You want to do a certain level of human editing, but it can just take care of those small, tedious tasks that usually take a lot of time.
Yeah, it's cool too, because the person that does the interviewing on our team is Andrew Guidarelli, who runs our partnerships, right? And so he wants to be able to learn more about what our consultants are doing day to day. And so he came up with this list of questions that would give us the information that we wanted, right? And so And then he gets to ask these questions of these consultants. He gets to develop the relationship with the consultant, learn what we do as a company, and then we take all that information and then turn it into a case study or a client story. And it's just like, it's a win-win all around, right? Like our different team members are learning more stuff. We're building relationships with the different consultants, and we have content for the website. So
right.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's also nice. I'm
yeah.
assuming it aligns with your voice as well too, of how your brand speaks. I know that's something that I do a lot of feedback with the agents on, of like, hey, put this in my tone, put this in my voice, and my writing style. So that makes it nicer as well too, because I'm assuming it probably makes it consistent across the board, not only in the format but the tone of the writing itself or the content itself too.
Yeah. My favorite thing is when one of our colleagues loves to use the term brother, and
that is.
He says, "Hey, brother," and then it's even learned that for him. So
picked up on it. And like you can get away with, if you have these system prompts, these initial prompts that you send to the assistants, you would just try to provide a few examples of the gold standard that you want it to follow. That's enough. Like, it used to be like you would have to fine tune a model in order for it to follow, very specific instructions. But you can get away with just like a few examples these days to have it follow exactly what you want.
Yeah. If people aren't, like, two things that I always tell people is like feed the data that you want, right? Give it some good examples, and create a prompt library so that not just you, but anyone in your entire organization can go in and replicate the exact results that you got. If you do that, you're just going to save so much time and have like consistent output. Right? Yeah. I mean, like some people think that AI, like, I mean, some of the stuff that we're describing is a little bit more, advanced, a little more complex, but like, the simplest thing, I mean, as a PM, right? Like, I believe that somewhere between 70 and 80% of all the work that PMs do right now is going to be like completely eliminated here. Like, or it already has, I think, in some ways. And the tools will keep getting better. But one of the things that I think AI does better than we as humans or PMs do is just taking notes, right? So back to the Copilot thing, right, Dalil? Like, just getting Teams Premium and turning on transcription and getting the AI summary afterwards, like, it's so good at meeting notes, right? It's pretty bad at action items. So that's the thing. Like, as a PM, I tell people, pay attention to the action items. That's the important part, because I don't think any of the GPTs are getting it right yet, any of the models. But the note taking, oh my God, it's just like such a simple thing. You just pay whatever, $8, $11. I don't know what it is now, but it's not much.
I think if there's there's one thing we could measure in our organization as the highest impact, it would be the note takers, meeting recorders. It has transformed the way that we're able to run these meetings and get the notes written afterwards and take the next steps. Low cost.
What were you starting to say? Couple thoughts on the meeting notes. I guess we do a lot of work in the financial services industry. I was actually at a few different conferences. Specifically, I was at like the FPA, Financial Planning Association. I went to a few of their regional events, and that's almost like the gateway into AI, because there's a lot of concern. And I know, like, Tuck, you do a lot of work in the healthcare space, obviously, security and privacy and data and all of those things. There were some panels and people that spoke about their usage of AI, and it seems like, the meeting notes is like the gateway into people's feeling comfortable leveraging AI. But to your point, Norlinger, it does provide a high ROI. So it's something that you can easily get set up, have it run, and it does a pretty good job on the note-taking side of things. The other thought that I had, or one of the ways that I've been able to improve my tasks that get created, I'm sure you guys are probably doing this as well too, is I kind of feed it what I want. So in the meeting, I try to is always like do a recap and explicitly state, like, okay, the action items are, and that is my way of kind of letting the agent know what to pick up on. And since doing that, I've seen it, like, it's improved being able to capture all of the action items that come out of it. So that's the whole separate conversation around like adoption and training, and kind of to the points you guys were making of like feeding it the right data, and then also giving it the right cue to pick up on specific data that you want it to capture.
That's a nice trick.
Love that. All right, so we talked about successes. Let's talk a little bit about failures, because I have plenty of them to talk about. Like, AI can be a complete waste of time, or it can be a time suck, right? Like, you can easily spend 5 or 10 hours trying to build something that will never materialize or give real value. And I don't want to say that's a complete waste of time, because you're learning a lot about like what you can and can't do. But like, tell me, what's a big one where you wasted a bunch of time and either didn't get the output that you wanted, or maybe you learned how to eventually figure that out.
Alex, you want to start?
Alex, yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead. So I dove headfirst into all this stuff when GPT-4 was announced and the really powerful models came about. I think overall we tried to throw too much at it and believe that it could do more than it actually is capable of. So the best example of that is like we're talking about all these little things that AI assistants and the chatbots are good at handling. They're really good at one-off tasks where you can provide a good amount of context and have it complete the task that you send it. And it enhances humans. I think it's going to replace a lot of the work we're doing that's tedious and time-consuming, and allow us to be elevated to do more important work and to have higher impact and get more done. That being said, right when these tools came out, writing proposals, that's been a huge time suck for me. When I have sales calls, I need to put together proposals. So one of the things I wanted to take off my plate was the ability to write proposals accurately and match, all the proposals that we've done previously or historically. And so tried to build like an AI agent and tried to string together a number of these AI tools in an agentic workflow to actually build out these proposals and have it be 100% what we'd be looking for and be able to send to the client. It failed, honestly. Putting together, like building these agents in these string together workflows, so much can go wrong at each step. And then, when you feed bad data down the line, it's garbage in, garbage out. And what we found is that we found a lot more success in doing each step on our own, using assistance for one-offs instead of trying to have the AIs do everything all at once. So we have a lot of different proposal formats. Every project is different. We staff it with different resources. There's different scope. It's sometimes different industries. There's too nebulous and there's too much variation for us to have like accomplish this with like a one-shot agent that can do it. So we really learned like you need to have human oversight to a large degree to make sure that the results are good. And it's better just to have smaller tasks that you can send these agents rather than try to bake the whole thing.
Yeah, love that. Yeah, the human in the loop stuff. It's like that stuff is game changing, right? Like where you have this interactive like script of like, hey, I'm going to send this to them. I'm going to get this feedback. And I've been trying to train our agents to do that stuff too, right? Like ask me good questions in the process. Like if it doesn't understand stuff, it's getting there, right?
It's getting there.
It's getting there.
We're early.
I like your point as well too, as you said, like we try to throw too much at it and then get upset or disappointed that it doesn't work. I think that's a lot of the friction that I mean, all of us probably are facing, and then certainly whenever we work with clients, that's always the thing, because people look at it like, oh, it's going to solve all of my problems and more, and that's not necessarily the case without the proper like structure, and like it's too much business logic you're trying to put into one specific agent.
That's right. Dalia, let's hear yours.
Yeah, I guess maybe a different view. I was trying to think on this. Over relying on the AI tool is something that I've been very conscious on recently, and trying to get it to do simple tasks that I should do. And it might be as simple as like responding to an email. I find myself overthinking a simple response that I normally would do, and trying to use the AI agent. And then I'll spend, it's not a ton of time, but I'll spend like 5 minutes and I'm like, what am I doing? I should just respond to this email. So that's maybe like overuse of tools and like relying on it, and like that's one of the concerns and fears, right? Like the critical thinking or the ability to like do that type of work. I've been very conscious about that recently because I have noticed the default action to be like, oh, let me just throw this in for a second opinion because it's really good at that, but sometimes it's not really necessary. So kind of identifying when and when not to use AI to help with certain things, I think has been probably something I'm still working through. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if that answers your question fully.
No, that's great. That's a great example. I mean, that's just like good advice.
I'm so glad you said that because like that's something I'm encountering today. Like there is definitely an over reliance on using
Yeah.
these assistants, and there's not a lot of authenticity when you're having it generate. Like when you're having your agent or your AI bot read your emails and respond to them, and then the counterparty is doing the same. It's like we're just having AI talk to each other, and what's the point
Yeah.
anymore? Like we
I'm not
need to
gonna
have
lie.
like the ability to still communicate. So I'm right there with you, Delio. Like the time it takes for me just to respond to an email, I've taken more time just trying to get an agent to write the right response. And I'm
Yep.
like, what am I doing? Yeah.
No, I will say that, but I use Fixer AI and it's unbelievable. It's like life changing for me. I mean, I know you're an inbox zero guy. Like you don't have that's not a problem for you, Alex Nordlinger. But like for me,
That's my
I'm not.
OCD.
And so I was looking for a HIPAA compliant, super secure solution. I use Fixer, and oh my god, the emails it writes for me, it puts it in draft mode, right? But the emails it writes, I'm like, oh my god, it sounds like me. It even like thought to throw out like Galanda as the potential consultant on this project.
Oh,
Like
wow.
I'm like, how is it doing this
Scary.
right now? Like I'm like, that's a great idea. Yeah, like let's do that. But I will say, I probably because I do believe in authentic responses too, and
Yeah.
and so like I probably delete, I think the average with Fixer AI is like 80% of drafts are kept, which is incredibly high. I would probably say I'm like 40-50% just because I do like to have, like to think about what I'm responding and stuff. But sometimes they just need like a thumbs up just to like
Yeah.
go and do the thing,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
I think
have a
that
bunch of-
80-20 rule applies
Yeah.
across the
Yeah.
board.
Yeah.
Like they can do 80% of the work
Yeah. I think it can get pretty
in some
close.
cases.
Yeah. I have so many wasted hours, but they weren't like real wasted hours, right? Like, so we invest like half days, full days, sometimes several days of, retreat time, just like working together and doing promptathons and like AI co-builds and stuff. So it's not just AI, it's AI, automation, integration, all that stuff. And so our team will come together and just spend like a half day or a whole day, just like testing prompts, bouncing ideas off each other. And we do it in person, like next to each other. So it's like a lot easier to like show someone your screen and like get it. You can do the screen share, you can do it virtually, but it's a lot easier to do it in person. And we just have fun. Like we're like, hey, here's some of the problems that we have. Let's try to fix it. Like, let's see if we can save a bunch of time by doing this. In trying to do that, sometimes you just waste a whole day. And one of those ways I did that was we get these transcripts from Teams, and then I wanted it to just like grab that data, and I know where it lives, but I wanted to grab that data and then drop it into HubSpot, or at least a summary into HubSpot, so that I have that attached to all the people that are associated, and then have it attached if it's a client or a consultant, make sure that's attached in ClickUp where we have some data. And man, we spent so much time, and it was just like literally extracting the data was a pain, right? And so sometimes for us it was just a good lesson that like, hey, like don't like, make sure you know where your data is. If you can't really access it the way that you want to, like don't try to use AI there, right? It's all about like picking the right data to use. So anyway, all right, we're running up on time here, so I want to ask, like, we talked about work a little bit. Do you guys use AI a lot in your personal lives? Is there anything that you've done
Never
recently?
used it. Doesn't help at all. Yeah.
AI knows me personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
very
tell me,
well.
like, what's an interesting way you've used it personally?
Yeah, I've been using it once again, maybe over reliance. Planning vacations. So we were talking
Uh,
about vacation planning. Actually, I threw it into AI. Well, I used chat for this one. I was trying to plan a vacation because my wife has like structured vacation time, so she has time off in December. So I was trying to figure out where we could go in December, and then I fed it what my likes are on vacation and what her likes are. There's some overlap, but there's some differences. So like she loves to hang out on the beach for multiple days on end. I can only do that for like a day. But obviously, a beach has to be part of the whole trip. So I just threw it in there and said, hey, give me some suggestions for places that we can go to. And I gave it both my likes and her likes. And it gave me some suggestions on that were some I didn't even really think of. Like one was Dominican Republic, I didn't really think of. And then I also threw in Miami, which was like another option. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like maybe what we could do is go to Miami. That's a little bit more cityish, and then maybe hop over to the Caribbean as well too, because you can get like a pretty easy nonstop flight. So it prompted some other ideas on like how I can put a week-long trip together. But I use it for a bunch of different things. Another one that I use it for was we were trying to troubleshoot the Apple connection in the car, and we were having some issues. And we didn't do one of the most basic things, which was to try a different port. We like restarted the phone, we like unplugged it, we like changed the settings on the car, but I looked at it, I was like, we can't figure this out. It still wasn't working. So I went in the chat and said, hey, my phone won't connect to Apple Play. Give me a list of things I should do. And one of the things was, hey, change the port. I was like, I didn't even think to do that. So
I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I
No,
totally
my wife.
agree.
No, my wife, she's great because she's like a great balance for me because I'm like, let's adopt technology, like put speakers in every single room of the house, like, you know, do the whole thing. And she has been teaching our kids and me, like she'll ask me like, hey, before you ask Google or ChatGPT this question, let's think about it, right? Like, can you figure out the answer? Like, give a guess as to like what the answer is, and then let's ask, and then see if you get closer, right? And that's just been like a good. I've been doing that a lot with work. But Dalil, I want to jump on your vacation ideas too. Like, so I don't know if you did this too, but we wanted to go international. Our kids have a February break, and it's 10 days. So I put the dates, and I also added we wanted to go somewhere semi-warm, but we also added that we could fly out of like YUL, like so Montreal. So we added Montreal and Boston and JFK, and we said we wanted direct flights that are going to be under $500 and international, like give it to us, and under 10 hours. And so like that like really helped us zero in on where we were going to go. But we did the same thing, like put our interests in, like I like cities, my wife likes, like more rural areas. So we figured it out. So yeah.
Did it give you the flight options as well too? So it sent you back.
Yeah. I turned on web search, and then it gave some good options. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty good. All right, Alex, how about you?
Yeah, the logistical planning. I mean, when like Google came out, like it put all of this information at our fingertips, right? We could do a web search, and we can perform this research to handle all of these tasks ourselves now, and we have been able to for decades. But it's time consuming, right? You have to do all the search and collect all the information and synthesize it yourself. So yeah, these tools just take it like one step further, and we're doing the same thing. Like my wife and I do the same thing. We have 2 young kids. We put together itineraries, for how we're going to get through summer, right? How we're going to keep the kids entertained. And it's really good at ideating, coming up with things that we can do, places we can go, things that work for everybody, considering all the circumstances. And it's just a huge time saver. Like we don't have to do that manual research or like buy books to get an understanding of like what to do, where to go. And it's made me a little lazy, I'll say, like I like what you and your wife are doing, Tuck. Like maybe I should stop and think like, can I do this on my own in some cases? But like Leo, like, we used to have to like search and find the PDF of the user manual. And then like now, oh my God, like just spinning up ChatGPT, dictating to it and getting the answer right off the bat that is probably, it's just so relieving. Like awesome. I don't miss having to do that research.
No, not at all.
I think your wife is smart though, Alex, especially with the kids, to build that.
She was a skeptic.
Yeah.
And I kept
Yeah.
telling her, just use ChatGPT for this, try it. I promise.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, yeah, summer break was handled.
Yeah.
No, but to my credit, I think Isabel asked me to help her like do a ChatGPT search for her 40th birthday destination too. So like she's in
Yeah.
on it. Right?
She bought in. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, guys, thanks so much for joining me today. And sorry we didn't get to the questions. There were a lot of really good questions. What we'll do is we'll go through and comment on those in the LinkedIn chat afterwards. But thank you both for joining me. Lots of really fun insights. It's always good to catch up with you too and do it publicly this time. Yeah, and everyone tune in for our next LinkedIn Live soon. All right,
Awesome.
have a good
Thanks
one.
for having us, Tuck. Appreciate you.
Yeah, you bet.
Thanks so much. This was great.
All right, bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
All right.